Turns out southern Georgia is really empty and scarcely populated. Very rarely you will meet something. Birds, passing cars, even shadows. Landscapes are changing really slow and gives you the feeling that you are moving but not getting anywhere. But it's a scenic route with its empty plains and lakes. And of course cows on the road.
Это камера.
Камера. Ինչես նկարում ինձ։
Я на мотоцикле.
Մոտոին ես նկարում։
Չէ։ Իրան կամերան է։
Լավ ես։
Սադնիլի։
Vardzia.
Մարտորակը։ Արգեշնի ամա։
Ის რა. ესე მოკლე გზით ვაპირებდი გადასვლას და. ხო და ძალიან ცუდი გზაა, ხო?
Turns out my planned route has changed. It added a couple kilometers, but it would be an asphalt road. But before that I took a break and consumed an expired energy bar. New route started off well, but after a while it turned out it's mostly gravel road, and it's under construction. That made my journey a little slower and uncomfortable, but time goes by faster when something is happening, even if it's roadworks. Next break I took in Akhalkalaki, at the fortress. Turns out there is nothing here. The town is at a beautiful place, but the roads are in terrible condition. It feels like going through the minefield. When leaving this place I got to a Wagon bridge, which leads to nothing, and it's partly collapsed. And if you try to cross it the floor might fall off, but it feels like you are Indiana Jones. I couldn't make it in time for Khertvisi fortress, so it got postponed for the next day. For now I went directly to Vardzia. In Vardzia the first place I visited was Sulfur baths, and at these touristless times owner let me in without a fee, although it costs 5 Georgian lari. Hot water after a hot day was not pleasant, but my phone thought differently. At dawn I woke up to a beautiful scenery, and right away after 1 or 2 hours I jumped out of the sleeping bag and went to a cave town. Entrance fee was 15 Georgian lari, roughly 5 USD. Now it's on a sale and it costs 7 Georgian lari, 2.5 USD. For students or handicapped or refugees it costs 1 Georgian lari, that's 32 cents. The place was totally empty from tourists. This place has plenty of drinkable water, reptiles, swallows and sparrows. Oh yeah, and caves. But most of them look like each other. I tried to access the cave at height, but the handles were too slippery. So eventually I gave up. There was more walking included than I was expecting. Somewhere in the middle there is a church in a big cave, but as I found out it was not allowed to film it without permission. From here started long, low and narrow corridors and stairs. Lots of stairs. It goes on like this corridor view stairs until you are out. After a short while I arrived at Khertvisi. Entrance fees are the same as in Vardzia, 15 normally, 7 now, and 1 for students and refugees. There are beautiful landscapes at this place, and the most beautiful landscapes unfold from the most dangerous places. At the back of the fortress there is a staircase that goes down to the river, but it's hard to notice, consequentially nobody went down there. On the way from Khertvisi I met with a car crash. I don't know how they managed to put a car on its roof here, but nobody was seriously injured. And people decided not to be aware of the passing cars. When you arrive in Abastumani, you will know it with a big sign on the cliff, but this settlement is partly destroyed because of all the construction works. I arrived at my parents' house, and this marked the end of my day.